Hey guys, your humble host, or Kayla if you prefer. So I'm doing this quick video. This is a interview invite to Mr. Butch Hartman. I will put a link in the description below as to what I'm responding to. Now, I was floating across Twitter looking up his handle and the hashtag because I've been keeping an eye on the situation with him more and more, and I came across this little Twitter video, or rather clip, that somebody decided to share with everyone else, and I'm glad they went and found it, and I will be boosting it. Anyway, a couple things. Number one, what he mentions in this little Twitter clip is that critiquing people is weak. No, it's not. I've had many people critique me in regards to my artwork behavior, how I run my channel, how I handle situations, and I've gone and looked at those criticisms and I've made the necessary changes, making me more of a decent person and making my art style as well as techniques more stronger, more favorable, and more palatable to look at. That is how you do things. And especially in regards to art, you need critiques in order to grow as an artist, as a producer, and just an overall person when it comes to expressing your style and your characters. So to tell people that they're weak for criticizing others, no, there is such thing as good criticism and destructive criticism. And for the most part, you do need criticism. Yes, you're going to have those haters, but at the same time, you cannot disregard everything that everybody tells you. You have to literally go through, pick and choose to what actually applies. Also, another thing I would like to point out is you bring up how you're in Hollywood and that you can't be taken out. Have you not seen the bullshit that's been going on with Twitter and how actors and actresses' old Twitter feeds have been gone through, which completely kills their career, if not bullies them out of roles? Let's look at Scarlett Johansson. She got bullied out of a movie role that had to do with a trans person, and in return, that movie got canceled. You now have the controversy with James Gunn. He's a writer for Guardians of the Galaxy, or was, and he recently got fired due to his Twitter feed going through by other people and being brought to the light. So, no, just because you're in Hollywood does not mean you're invincible. If anything, you're more vulnerable because people will dig into your trash and bring crap up, as people have already begun to do. You know, when I started watching you when you first broke away from Nickelodeon and made your own channel with the Speech Bubble podcast, I started to enjoy it at first until it was nothing but a rehash of Fairly Odd Parents and Danny Phantom. That's when I stopped paying attention. And lo and behold, as soon as I do, there's a lot of bullshit that came out of your mouth. And now I'm looking into what people are bringing to the light. As I mentioned in my video, my previous video on you, the introverted crap, the suicide BS that you decided to spout, and the way that you were treating your fans, people are calling you out due to the shady and manipulative tactics that you have pulled with your Kickstarter. You should have been forthcoming in the first place, and a lot of people feel like they are being ripped off and want their money back. Now, in regards to trying to take you out, no, we just want you to be honest. And if anything, you are alienating your fans bit by bit, and pretty soon, your product is going to lose its reputation and quality. That's not a threat. This is what happens when creators lash out on their fans for them critiquing them. It's important to listen to your audience, because when you don't and you start to act arrogant like nobody knows what they're talking about, you lose people. Your product loses its reputation and loses its quality. And for that little bit that you said that it's just people behind the keyboards, hi, I'm not behind a keyboard. I would actually like to have an interview with you and discuss the problems that people have brought up in regards to your streaming, the things that you have said, and the nasty comments that you've been leaving on people's YouTube videos in regards to the situation with you. This is me asking you face to face. It will be a face-to-face video chat if you do take me up on my offer. Not every one of us is behind a keyboard. You have a lot of fans that you have upset and hurt by your attitude and arrogance. why don't you go take a look and see what Cool Cat is and Derek Savage and how that played out? Or Faith Kids. They're smaller people, not well accomplished if we want to compare. But look to see how their attitude played out and how much of a backlash they received because they weren't willing to put a cap on their attitude and rectify what they're doing. All people want you to do is be straightforward and honest. People have dug through and found the evidence of what your streaming service was actually supposed to be. And let me say this, there's nothing wrong with wanting to create a cleaner entertainment service. I will say there's a lot of stuff in shows that kids are exposed to at way too early of an age, but at the same time, you've been going about this all wrong. There's a right way to do this, and there's a right way to address criticism, either of which you have done so properly. So, as I said, this is my invite to you for an interview on the chambers of my heart, or Kayla if you prefer. I'm not an accomplished artist. I'm a graphic designer who's done commissions. The very most I've had of accomplishment is having some of my ads being in an actual newspaper. So there's that. I'm humble about my artwork. All my clients are happy. So I don't need to be some big person to call out a bigger artist on their crap. I really don't. I know how the process works a little bit, and I'd very much like to talk to you if you take me up on my offer. It's going to be a calm, civil discussion, but at the same time, things are going to be said that need to be addressed. If you take me up on my offer. If not, I understand. It's whatever. But offer's there, dude. Face to face. I'm not behind a keyboard. Just saying.